Member Hoyer for any questions he may have.
Mr. Chairman, let me ask you a broader question, Mr. Secretary, at the outset. The President has been talking about recession and the acceptance of a recession in the short term. Do you believe we're in a recession now?
Congressman, I believe in data, and there is nothing in the data that shows that we are in a recession. As a matter of fact, the jobs report has surprised to the upside.
The job report, of course, less than the average for the Biden administration last in 2024. But the GDP went down this first quarter of the Trump administration. If we have a negative growth in the second quarter, which is, I suppose, the traditional definition of a recession, would you agree that we are in that recession of which the President speaks?
Yeah, Congressman, these economic numbers are noisy and subject to substantial revision. So I, having looked at a detailed analysis, would believe that the first quarter GDP would be revised upward. And I would also, with regards to your remark about where we were last year, we were spending 6.7%. We had a 6.7% fiscal deficit, the largest we've ever had during peacetime or non-recessionary times. So the easy thing would be to keep spending, to keep the economy running on an unsustainable path of government spending.
Let me remark, because you mentioned this, I think, in our meeting. We had a spending problem, not a revenue problem. I want to talk about the revenue problem. Let me suggest to you, my view is it's neither a revenue nor a spending problem, it's a pay-for problem. If we would pay for what we buy, whether it's defense or non-defense, we wouldn't increase the deficit. So I think looking at, I'm a big proponent of paying as you go. Unfortunately, we haven't pursued that on either side of the aisle, maybe for different objectives. Let me go to IRS. You probably know these figures, and these are somewhat old at this point in time. But what they reflect, as you will see, is a substantial decrease in the resources of the IRS, particularly in enforcement. As the blue representing an increase in filings, the orange representing the nominal, and the dotted line, the net actual value of the funding for IRS, particularly enforcement. The budget proposes substantial cuts. Have you or anybody done an analysis of the ramifications of those cuts, both in the short term and in the long term, in terms of your ability to collect revenue? Let me paraphrase, not paraphrase, but give a, in your discussions, you said you were not going to sabotage, that we had in my office, sabotage collections. Are you confident, in light of the fact that any IT, and I agree with you, we've wasted a lot of money on IT, that any IT will be accomplished within the next 36 to 48 months, and therefore justify a reduction in personnel?
Congressman, let me work backwards there. So I am confident that we will make substantial progress in the IT and right-size the payment system, the collections system. As I've repeatedly said, my priorities are collections, privacy, and customer service. And again, the substantial increase in the enforcement group, there is nothing that shows historically that by bringing in unseasoned the collections agents that results in more collections or high-end collections. It would be like sending in a junior high school student to try to do a college-level class. That becoming a high-end IRS collections agent is something that one grows into. So I believe through smarter IT, through this AI boom, that we can use that to enhance collections. And I would expect that collections would continue to be very robust as they were this year.
Chair now recognizes the gentleman from Arkansas, Mr. Womack, for any questions he has.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.